Being Eman, the big brain gold laner, will be able to manage against that. Nolan as the final pick here against the Alpha, trying to match the clear speed, I would assume. But Veldora on the Edith.
Out 1-0 in this playoffs. They always win game number 2. Can they actually do it this time against the mighty robots? It's Geek Fam ID versus Bigetron Alpha on game number 2.
They did it against Onyx in day number 1. They did it against RRQ in day number 2. Let's see if they can do it here because, hey, I got a mere bird whispering in my ear, man. Shout out to the BB Arrow team, the Big Brain Arrow team who's restreaming this. Mr. Ulf, Mr. Marky, Mr. Delar, and Mr. Hate. Shout out to that Onyx PH roster M3 who are watching this. And hey, Sheffin, you're gonna like this. They predicted Geek Fam 3-1, all of them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, BB Arrows.
BB, thank you all of you guys. I love you, BB Arrows.
BB Arrows.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
Big Brain Arrows.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, looking at the emblem miracle by Indie Home by Telkomsel.
Yeah, still the MPL rage here for most of them. Oh, that's a quantum charge from both, but the vitality and tenacity actually from Eman. Mid lane,
that's a cancellation, and that will be first blood for Super Ken. A bit too obvious the bait, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow, that was surprising, definitely even for a boy. He didn't even get to use a flicker key.
He's stunned up, revitalized boss, and
my lord.
Vincent will pop the Spear of Alpha. That will be Super Luke initiating, and that will be Vincent and Beloyski out of the picture. Master of Baiters in Bigetron Alpha, and they're already up 1.4k, 1.5k in 2 minutes. This is not looking good at all, especially when you look at Moreno on the Eve against Asushin. So far, Mirko this season, it's 100% win rate for the Eve.
And Eman is winning against Chidera in the Moscow versus Clint lane. So not only do they have a guaranteed kind of winning matchup right in the Yve and the Juicin, that's why we saw the Yve ban before the Juicin pick earlier. Now they all have level 4, they have Prio, and it's up against an Alpha who needs to get the early game. BTR, 3-0 free turtle.
Look at that. He's looking to capitalize in the top lane, looking to exploit that lane, but it seems like Eman is so chill with it. And this might be building up towards a late game Geek Fam, but the question is, or the problem is, they definitely usually under the Natan. But right now it's a Clint Mirko, so the wave clear, I don't think it's gonna be able to withstand the onslaught from Bigetron Alpha if it does happen.
BTR really just playing for that Prio, man. Again, the concussive blast meta, it's such a non-lane for XP and for the mid lane because of Key. And you can see the Onyx prediction, shifting here, 52% over towards BTR.
I'm actually quite surprised it's almost half and half. But yeah, shout out to all Geek fans out there in the bottom lane. Those Super Luke have to get away with the... Oh no! That's a juke, double team, and now it's triple team. Super Luke quicksand guard by time, but it seems like with the cancellation, Veldora secures Super Luke. AOG does not land, but Chidera taunted, and Super Ken finds the kill. Veloyski in a no man's land, isolated, real world manipulation. Help Super Ken to find the kill. He is horsing around. It's what he does. It's what he did just now.
I don't know, man. Is it horsing around or is it a step closer to the 7 death power spike? I feel like that 7 death power spike hit a bit too.
Oh my lord.
Laura misses the flicker. Earth shatter. Man, Luke just showing his replacement that maybe you're not Luke.
Let's see here, Bigetron very, as per game plan, seems like he though will be knocked up and taken back. Revitalized pops here, 3 members is on him, but it seems like he trying to hold on, trying to buy time, and it seems like he, with the glorious pathway, will not be able to escape. Chidera secures it, Super Luke jumps in with the Khalid, Crimson Beacon by a boy. It seems like Super Luke trying to hold on, Vickers away, and Eman almost finds a kill. That's the Vincent with the cover of the Sphere of Alpha, and that is 2 members taken down. Chidera out of the picture, Moreno looking to find space. Knocked off. Super Ken will not be able to survive and save Moreno in the land of Dawn. Brothers, we're playing a competitive game here. It's not a brawl.
It really isn't a brawl, but BTR seems like they want to brawl always. Vincent, no retry.
Seems like Vincent with no retribution will not be able to contest the turtle. Oh man, the winning lane, as you mentioned, Mirko is now down to 1 hit, just a hit from Eman. I think he could have, or he could took it right now if he wanted to force it.
Definitely, and you can see that's why they're sending Clint over to the bottom lane. This winning matchup that isn't really winning right now. Now it's going to be Chidera on the losing side of the matchup. So he's going to be placed onto the weak side of the map. They're going to send Beloyski over to give him a bit more farm, and BTR. Whoa! That's one fracture!
Double teaming, glorious pathway, Mon finds the SOD. But thankfully Chidera has space to get away. Geek fam, will they re-engage? Seems like Moreno is on them. AOG finds one. That's a super loop from the flanks. He finds one. Now he's looking for Vincent Beloyski. He is out of the picture. Now it's gonna be Vincent taken down. Moreno, extra gold. Everything falls perfectly for Bigetron Alpha.
Oh, that underrated slow coming in from the quick send guard coming in from Super Luke. He knows his old mates, man. Just reading the movements coming in from Geek fam like a children's book.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Bigetron Alpha really just taking this game and steamrolling with it. This is a risky playstyle that they displayed in the regular season, but they've kind of refined that playstyle, you know? In the regular season, some of these fights would have gone to the side of Geek fam, definitely, with the weird targeting of BTR in the regular season, but here, the redefined version of this playstyle is looking pretty clean, despite the fact that you mentioned it does look kind of brawly. They know exactly who to target. They know exactly when to use these flickers and when to make these gambles. Because when Moreno flickered over to shut down Chidera, and it's actually quite worth it with Moreno only giving a kill over to the Alpha, it's a utility jungle that's already behind in farm as well against the Nolan. Take a look at this, 2-level lead for the Nolan. He's already building towards a BOD, and as I mentioned earlier, the lead is ridiculous. That's a 1-500 almost gold lead.
Oh no!
They're going on Luke.
Oh no, Raging Sandstorm.
What?
And King, UG, to building onto re-engage seems like 2v4. So he connects real world manipulation as well. Now it's going to be Super Ken looking for Chidera.
Oh man,
he will be punished, but Geek fam, they have recovered.
Oh, I think that's worth it for Geek fam just now, right, Mirko?
It is worth it for now, but the fact that they lost the gold laner, BTR can collapse again.
They want the mid lane turret.
Oh man!
Taunt by K. Good initiation in Bigetron Alpha. They will find another member to avenge Super Ken's death.
Man, Geek fam, yes, you are building your chaos, like this is the brawly nature that you want to do, but that was way too deep, Mirko. On the other side of BTR's map.
They should have taken the win. Again, you mentioned it, that was a very, very good trade. You got someone that was godlike for someone that's 1 and 3. That is so worth it. But the fact that they still decided to try to defend, remember, this composition is all about getting Chidera ahead. This is a pure front to back built for Chidera. He needs to win the lane, that's number 1. That's already, you know, a no-go here in the early stage. Mid-game, a boy's gonna be quite weak. He was assassinated early on. That was first blood. Vincent on the Alpha as well.
Oh my lord!
Solo kills Vincent. AOG pops as well. First pathway committed, and it seems like he tried to hold on, but he will fall. Bigetron, they move onwards. Beloyski is gonna be next target. Super Luke again, being very annoying on this Khalid and Geek fam. They are forced to go back.
Vincent, he didn't see it coming. And by the time it hit him, it was his last surprise. Moreno? Like, that should not have happened. It's a mid laner against a jungler, a utility jungler at that.
It's a mid laner that is farmed up like a gold laner, Chef, and that's the difference here between Moreno and a boy in this game. Yeah. Moreno has 5 kills, 10 assists, and yes, 10, he's level 10. A boy's level 9. In terms of levels, he's not far off, but if we can take a look at the items again, we'll definitely see that massive gold lead. Usually, when we see games like this, it's a, 1,000 gold lead in the mid lane, and that's very rare even. So the fact that he has that damage, Beloy just used the glorious pathway. They are getting really desperate. And it makes sense because their composition isn't really a full scaling comp. If they had a Natan, they'd be chill. They'd be chilling in the base, waiting for the defense. But the fact is, they banned a Natan over. They had to respect it from Iman that could pick it up in red side. And now they're lost. They need to defend, but their defense isn't the same. It's not the same composition that they had to defend against Fnatic. Onyx 12k gold lead.
Man, oh man, a 7k for Bigetron Alpha right now. The red robots is definitely having their way with Geek fam's players. Is this the effect of Super Luke? Switching side, switching sides? They know their teammates better than anyone else, and now they're just gonna ran through all the turrets in the mid side for Geek fam.
Things are not looking good here, ladies and gentlemen. The one by one, the structure of Geek fam has collapsed. Let's see, Geek fam onward, on towards Super Luke. Super Luke calmly done. He just goes back with the skills that he has.
Super safe for Mr. Super Luke. Because he's on a Khalid, he can just walk out, get full HP. Basically has a built-in recall. And now they're gonna look for the siege. They still have a Lord. Oh!
My God! Super Luke jumps in with the flicker raging sandstorm. Good night, Tadera. But it might be a mistake as Vincent falls as well. 2 members for 2. But remember, Bigetron, they have the Lord.
It's all frontliners. They can still push to the tempo. Pikachu and Alpha, except for this one though, the Lord, it looks like it's just gonna hit the top turret and they're gonna get it. It's value.
First Lord getting a base turret. That is totally value.
That is ridiculous. They're gonna get 2. Chidera's only now respawning, and I don't really think he has the damage to threaten anyone. The Lord got 3 hits on the base.
Oh man. 10 kill difference also in a span of 11 minutes. They are just, you can see it in their eyes, you can see it in their, the way they play. It's desperate. And to make it worse, BTR, look at this composition. Look at this combo. The Katot Kacha and Khalid, these 2 guys can fly around the map technically and just absolutely destroys the backline of Geek Fam when they didn't expect it coming. And you can see it right away in that engage earlier. They came out of nowhere. The flickers, the AOGs coming in from El Momento.
Crazy AOGs from BTR, and that's why the Katot Kacha. Again, this is a pick we've been talking about even before playoffs. We were talking about how this should be prio, but so far in the playoffs, it really hasn't. Bigetron definitely showing that it is still in the meta. As expected though, all the recalls coming in from Super Luke actually, the man who was part of Geek Fam, as he throws over the Geek Fam emote. That's 1,000 gold. 1,800 for mid lane. That's why you can see the big disparity of damage. 4K almost for the Nolan. 2K for the gold lane. And now he has a win in nature. So if we were talking about how Clint has no threat before the win in nature, what's it now? Like, Eman is just, he can SOD to the front and look for pure damage and 1v1 Chidera.
Vincent right now, I believe he used the Warrior Bird's boots earlier, so there's literally 0 magic defense.
Absolutely 0.
For Moreno. And again, just like Eman towards the Clint from Chidera, he can pretty much take it 1v1 against an Alpha.
Bigetron, they want to pull the trigger here. And with Voloisky almost at HP.
Look at Eman.
Take a look at Eman in the bottom side. Is on him. Can they find the Lord? Super Ken finds Valoy. On 1v1. Key looking to buy time, and Super Ken collects the Lord. And it's going to be Super Ken collecting the double. But Veldora finds Eman with the solo.
Wait a minute.
Jumps in with the flicker, and Super Ken finds the trade. And that is Chidera going to bed. Good night. Let Moreno tuck you in.
Moreno just T-posing on towards Chidera right now. Veldora is the sole defender of the fam unity. Can they actually do it? Can he do it? The ultimate is not here yet, just yet.
No Primal Wrath. Bigetron 4 match points. They're looking to clear. Super Ken is on the base. Super Luke as well. And ladies and gentlemen, the Rat Robots are programmed to win. They get match points.
A way better match. A more dominant performance coming in from Bigetron Alpha. And it's really not looking good for Geek Fam. I gotta say, at that point, at that game, it looks like every aggressive movement that they made, it was the result of a tilt.